Morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Let's see here. Yep, says we're live. Can't see the chat though. Oh, I need Grumpy Grandpa Patriot show in here. Help me out here. See if I'm right here on my phone. There we go. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I couldn't see my chat on my computer. Oh well. Hey, Nick, good to see you. Uh, hey, Mike. Figured I'd go live. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, drinking some coffee. Been up for an hour and a half, maybe something like that. Got 6 people in here. Who's standing in line? Hey, buddy. Easton. Sounds good. Good deal. Drinking some coffee. I might get up and go get some more coffee here in a second, but yeah, I'm not wearing a hat this morning to cover up my head. Hey, I'm looking at my chat on my phone there, Mark. Hey, Nunya, how you doing? Good morning. It's Jake, isn't it? Uh, Jake, y'all really enjoy your videos on getting prepared, and yeah, I've thought about getting some 55-gallon drums and putting filling it up with diesel fuel, one of them anyway, and since it's treated diesel fuel, um, and storing it in the shop, and gasoline also, just to have it on hand. The only problem is pumping it out. I don't have a hand pump or nothing, so I would have to siphon it out. Or yeah, I could probably siphon it out that way. But I enjoyed that video of your filter with the charcoal, the sand, and the gravel, and the PVC pipe. That was really cool. The only thing I had a question of that I didn't post was how do you actually sanitize it besides boiling? It will keep 3 to 4 years. Yeah, with diesel, I could probably, you know, 3 years, burn it, not burn it, but use it, and then fill it back up. But hopefully, here in the next couple of years, some of that stuff will be fixed. 60 bucks, that's not bad. No chemicals. Boil it. Okay, yeah, I saw you said boiling it. Yeah, that'd be easy to do. But I've got a big gutter system on my shop here. What is it, 50 foot long? And I could rig something up tote, catch the water, whatever, you know. Bulk tank and put in your pickup, yeah. Oh, Mark says, look under dock tab at top and check chat. Oh, there we go. There it is. Hey, thank you, Mark. I can see the chat now. And I'll check the. There we go. There's live chat. There. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Man, I learn something every day. I'll probably forget, but anyway. Anybody standing in line right now? Yeah, Freightliner. Yeah, I could probably come up with a fuel tank from a truck. Mark says, "Don't worry." Uh, hey, Ellie, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I know David was live in there, and I chatted in his chat there that I was going live at 7, and I didn't mean to step on him or nothing. Hey, David, there you are. Good morning. I'm sorry. I know you. I scheduled this, and then I noticed, I don't know, a half hour later or so you were live there in the truck. So yeah, I won't be on here very long, I don't think. I just wanted to find out if there's anybody standing in line. I I haven't gone down and voted yet, but I figured I'd wait for. Usually I go late in the morning, and all the morning rush is gone. So but yeah. One of the things on the Missouri ballot this year is the legalization of recreational uh, marijuana, and I kind of have mixed opinions of it because Colorado has had it for a while, and I know that with the company that I work for, Mark says he votes right right next to where he works. Yeah, but uh, yeah, that's cool. Um, David says, I'm getting a centrifuge to try and clean most of the solid out of used motor oil from my semi. I've saved up to 120 gallons. Heater in the bus. Last time I used it, it clogged. But yeah, it matters who counts the votes. Yes. Uh, when Colorado went to that, when they passed that, we've had a lot of problems with getting workers that actually want to work. Um, what I heard when that took place, um, the workers that work on our dock would pass the test, to get employed, but then that's the only time that they would test, unless they had a suspicion that they were using while working or that they used before work. Uh, uh, yeah, and a lot of people lost their jobs and stuff and it's hard to get good drivers. Yeah, number one reason why people don't want to show up to work is because of the dispensaries. Yes, But on the other hand, it's kind of like a concealed carry. I'm going to compare it a little bit. It's not the same thing, but I'm going to compare it. We had to go through classes years ago for our concealed carry. We can legally carry. A criminal or someone that doesn't go through the classes can carry also, but you didn't know. The criminals are still going to get the gun. I probably said the wrong word. Bleep that out, somebody. The criminals are still going to have weapons, whether it be a gun, knife, blah, blah, blah. Somebody that wants to use marijuana is going to get it no matter what. The war on drugs is insane. It's a war on people. Dangerous freedom versus safe tyranny. It's a felony in Texas. Drive 100 miles across imaginary line, totally fine. Yeah. Hey, Granny, Lana, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Lana, I was going to tell you, I'm glad you're in here. If you want to, email me your address, because I looked at your profile on YouTube and I didn't see an address or nothing. But if you want to, email me your address, or you can look at my Facebook profile and send me a message. Mark's laughing. Are you laughing at me, Mark? That I said the wrong word? That's right. And I told Miss Linda, I said, if I had cancer or something, and want to ease my pain a little bit, because I've got a neighbor. She's been fighting cancer since she was in college, and she's in her 30s now. Gosh, she might be even 40. I don't know. I'd have to ask. I don't want to say how old she is, but she had when I first moved here 10 years ago, 12 years ago, she had long red hair, and come to find out, she had been going through cancer back in college when it started. And within the last 5 years, she's been going back through it. And they found some more stuff, and then she never even she has a port in her chest. She never even took it out. Yeah, I bet it did, Jake. But some of you might know, I grew up on both sides of the fence. I say, because and when I was 16, 15 years old, I moved out and lived with a friend of mine, and yeah, I did do a lot of partying. The weed was the only thing I ever did, the hardest thing besides alcohol, and it was I kind of have figured out that it was kind of an outlet, I guess. Well, you better throw it, Mark. And because I was going through a lot of pain mentally from my childhood up, and it was kind of an outlet, Mary Jane, David says I can't. Mary Jane about alcohol isn't pretty sure it's just a revenue thing. Yeah. Well, they say with the dispensaries, I guess they can they can tax the heck out of it, you know. But when I was 18 and moved down here where I'm at now, you know, I put all that away, you know, and because I had to go to work, you know. And one other thing is being a truck driver, the CBD oils. A couple of years ago, my knees were hurting pretty bad, you know, and I was using some CBD oil, and then I got to thinking, and I found out that some of the drivers with our company was using CBD oil and on their joints and stuff, and they were flagging a drug test because of the CBD oils, and they lost their job. So I had to quit using that. So now I just use Icy Hot and ibuprofen. Homegrown, yeah. So that's one of the things on the ballot for Missouri is the recreational side of the marijuana thing. I figured, you know what, you're going to get it if it's illegal or not, correct? And that's just not with the Mary Jane stuff, as David would say. But I've got my left hip has been bothering me a little bit. I think it's arthritis. I don't know. I'm gonna go talk to my doctor today and talk to her about. Well, I see the nurse practitioner. She's very. She'll take the time to talk to you. You know, but I know what they're going to say. Well, we need to do an X-ray, and then the X-ray turns into an MRI or whatever. And I'm not. I'm not going to go through. I'm insurance stinks. You know. Wouldn't show up in UA. Huh. You used to vape it, huh? Yeah, I bet it would show up. Sorry if I'm blinding you guys with my head, but that's right. That's right, Jake. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, you know, you should be able to do whatever you want, right? But when I was 18 and I moved down here and with my girlfriend, who was my first wife, because she was pregnant, and I wasn't gonna I was going to take on the responsibility, you know, and I did. I truly did. And we got married not long after we moved down here. I had a job within, it was right around Thanksgiving when we moved down here. Of, gosh, I don't even want to think of how long ago that was. But I don't even want to know. I think it was 86, something like that. Hey, JKS, how you doing? Thank you very much. But yeah, when I was 15, I was in California, and I worked for a family friend of ours that had a commercial roofing company. So I had experience in roofing, and none of my family knew we were that I left town. Basically, came down here, and within 3 days or 4 days, I had a job. I went to work for a commercial roofing company, which that was a joke. I mean, yeah, it was a job, but I took it, and then I was only there for a week or two, and then I went to work for a tile roofing company, laying tile on roofs, and I worked for him for throughout the winter, I believe, and I really enjoyed that job. It's a lot different than flat top roofing company, and the flat top commercial roofing has really changed. I've noticed over the years because they use they changed to you know, back in the day it was tar paper with hot tar sealing the seams, and then you put hot tar over that, and then you threw gravel on top of it, pea-sized little gravel. And nowadays I notice, and I've delivered some of the material for the commercial flats, is just it looks like a white vinyl uh, plastic that's all sealed. They use it's almost like a hot iron or something. I think they seal the seams up real good, and it can go up over the sides and whatnot. I like going out west because uh, there's a lot of that Spanish tile, on houses. I've noticed down in Oklahoma there's some roofs down there that's Spanish clay tile. Flood it with tar, yeah. But yeah, Jake says, "Granny, I got 5,000 of tile to lay. Come do it." Yeah, but I worked for that tile roofer for throughout the throughout the winter, and then I got a job at a car dealership. But back to the other thing, you know, uh, we lost the baby within. It was 5 months into the pregnancy, and actually had it just like having a normal child, and I was in there with her, and that was one of the hardest things to actually watch. And if you see on my intro that's where uh, he was buried when I'm putting the cross in. I still go every year around Memorial Day, and because she lives up in Minnesota with her husband. She's, my gosh, my first wife. She's had, I think, 3 kids, you know, since then. But we got to when we had them, and after everything was done over with, and recovering, we got to see him and hold him and everything like that. And then he was really basically, you know, probably about that long from tip of the head down to here, maybe something like that. And we were such low income that the state um, helped us out with the site and everything and whatnot. And that's another thing that bothers me is the women's right thing, I should say, women's rights. Uh, but when we buried him, it's almost like it was yesterday. It was a rainy day, and the guy that helped us out at the cemetery, I told him, I said beforehand, I says, I'm gonna bury him myself. He says, and this is a city guy, and I said, no, I'm gonna bury him myself. I said, you make sure you have a couple shovels out there. And I don't even remember the guy that did the ceremony. It was short and sweet, but it was just raining cats and dogs, and then I got we got done with that, and then I started covering him up. Miss Linda just texted me, and then the guy that was that helped us everything, uh, asked me after about 5 minutes. He says, "You mind if I give you a hand?" And I says, "I don't mind. Grab you a shovel." You know, growing up, and I think part of that is growing up on the farm. Because I've had pets die and stuff like that, and it wasn't a pet. I understand that, but it was my. I felt like it was my responsibility. So it's, but not to get into the political side of the rights and stuff like that. There's certain circumstances which I can understand, but the biggest thing, in my opinion, is prevention of getting pregnant. I'm not a woman. I don't know how it feels like to get pregnant, or anything like that. In the other circumstances of, uh, I'll just say, being taken advantage of, you know, stuff like that, I can kind of understand. But as far as, and Lana or Ellie, I don't want to upset anybody, but the biggest thing is prevention. Mark says he's having fun at work. Yes, you know, and the people that pay for it are the kids emotionally, you know. But anyway, I'll get off that subject. Oh my gosh, the battery lasts 3 years, huh? You should see my hair this morning. It was out here like this. I went to the sink and I wetted it down. Let's see. Oh yeah, back in my 20s, Lana. Yeah, when I was, we ended up, my first wife and I ended up being married for 7, 8 years, something like that. I don't know, 6 years. I don't even remember. but I was under a lot of pressure back then, and as far as having pressure of wanting stuff, I'll just put it that way. It's less than $100 an ounce for gold. So anyway, yeah, Lana, my 20s after the first marriage was was pretty wild. I mean, I was always looking for someone to that was how should I say? I'll just put it this way: I was with some crazies. Yeah. Oh yeah. But if you caught my live the other day, Miss Linda was here with me, and we kind of talked about how we communicated with each other, the first few months, and she's been through a lot of stuff, and she went through some relationship classes and stuff like that at the church years ago, and she kind of helped me understand a lot of things. Thank you, and I appreciate it. Lana says I don't hold it against others. They can if they want. I mean, we got in here. We got 11 in here, and but yeah, that's why I love Miss Linda's because she's very smart. She knows big words, and she's kind of helped me through a lot. Mark says I ripped it out in my 20s. Oh, thanks, Ellie. That's no problem. We'll have to do another one. I hope you went back and watched it. We had a good time. I had a good time. I think she had a good time. But it's really weird back then. In the '80s, you could party it up, and get home with no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. But nowadays, I mean, I don't know. I don't do that stuff no more, so I don't know how it is. There was a place we would go to after the rodeos when we get back to town if they were still going strong and open, and we'd go in there and dance and well, I didn't do much dance. I did some two step, and there was some good songs I like to two step, but I never did no line dance and stuff. That's that line dancing thing. That's a spectator sport. Yeah, I saw that the other day, Mark. You want college beer debt forgiveness? I'd vote for that. Oh yeah. Let's see here. I got to be the doctor in an hour and 10 minutes. You think I ought to take a shower before I go so I'm clean? Man, it was 9 o'clock, I think it was. Miss Linda had went to bed about 8:30, something like that. And Easton was up here in the chair with me, snoozing, and I was watching TV. I was waiting for that big Powerball drawing. I don't know. Did anybody win? I haven't heard because they said they had. They came on the news and said they had security issues in California. Well, imagine that. Somebody was wrestling somebody with a hammer, right? Hey, hang on just a second. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back, okay? Told you I'd be back. It's a little chilly in here. It's 65 degrees, and I'm... Brr. Let's see here. What did I miss? Oh, Devin, you met two-stepping, huh? Let's see here. Jake says, I want my cars back. I saw a Bronco the other day. Holy cow, 110,000. I sold mine for 4,500. Oh my gosh, that Barrett Jackson was on last night. Was flipping through the, I don't even remember what channel it was. It was on one of our apps. It's just crazy. Some of the prices, $45,000. What is it? GTO? I think I saw on there a 65 GTO. I think it sold for 45,000 or something like that. Supposedly it had original paint, red paint. Let's see here what I missed. I haven't checked my numbers yet. Hope I won. No, nobody won. Are you kidding me, Ellie? My goodness gracious! I won $4 last time. The last drawing. Oh my gosh! I can't believe nobody won. That is just nuts. Atlanta says I love square dancing. You know, I remember doing that when I was a kid in gym class. And you know, there were some, I think we always had 3 groups because there was that many kids in gym class, and there were certain groups you didn't want to be in because you didn't like this other person or whatever, you know, and then excuse me. I remember one of the groups was there was a gal in there that, I mean, she wasn't very good looking, and nobody wanted to, I mean, nobody wanted to square dance with her, you know, and or be her partner, I should say, you know, but it didn't matter to me. I mean, excuse me, sorry about that. And I always enjoyed the square dancing, you know, that was kind of fun. Eight people in here. I wonder, I told Miss Linda I was live. I wonder if she's listening while she's working. Everybody smash that like button for me, will you? I don't even know how long I've been in here. 39 minutes ago. And that was another thing Miss Linda said was, man, it does go fast, doesn't it? Manny will not be in charge of the Capitol Police. Oh, Nancy. Oh, okay. I don't think she's much in charge of anything, to tell you the truth. Up here, anyway. Jake says, don't want to know the hammer story. Maybe somebody was hammering somebody else in that house and they got ticked off, huh? Everybody can speculate, right? David, if you're heading out on the road, if you're still in here, David Hood, be safe, man. I'll try and catch you after this. And you know what I should have done? I should have shared this. Let's see here. Paste. Sorry about that. There we go. Share it on there. Sorry about the blindness. You know, I saw my first gray hair when I was 16 years old, and I had hair. I had hair back when I was rodeoing down to my shoulder. I would always put it back in a ponytail, and I don't know if I got any pictures when I had long hair or not. I doubt it, but I miss my hair because I had. Oh my gosh, it's me and my mother. I had a good head of hair. Oh my gosh, that's my practice barrel. That was back when I was roommates. I have to show you that picture. You guys might get a kick out of that. Yeah, I'll show that one. I had a practice barrel that we kept in the house, and it kind of just helped you keep your seat when you was riding. And gosh, I had a white Dodge Dakota too, four-wheel drive white Dodge Dakota with V8 in it. It was that was a good. Here we go. I'll show you this picture. This is a picture of me and my hair. But I had a white Dodge Dakota that had the 318 in it. I think it was a 98. Nick says, call Bosley. They'll get your hair back. Is that right? That's just like a transplant, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'll get a toupee. Huh? Oops, sorry about that. I bumped it. But here's a picture. It's kind of, you can't really see it that close, but this was one of my friends was getting married, and I was one of the groomsmen, and you probably can't see, but you can see the hair kind of behind my right ear. See that? That's when I had hair. Look at that. It's not really focused that great. I don't know if y'all saw that, but yeah, I had long hair. Let's see here. It's called a cowboy hat. Yeah, that covers it. Yeah, that's why I wear a hat or a do rag, or for motorcycle riding the bike. Yeah, that's me. That's me, Ellie. Everybody get a good look at it. Yeah, that was me. I got a bunch of old pictures, Mark. I need to share on a live or something, on a video. hairs over, you know, and yeah, my gosh, that's back in the partying days. Your hair now identifies as missing. That's right, Jake. Let's see here. What did I miss? Oh, yeah. But let's see here. I got an hour. I can see. I'm gonna go vote after I go to the doctor. Hopefully, a lot of the and it's just right down here, right down the road, little town, and at 45 it starts growing in the weirdest places. Yeah, sometimes. And I, up here, I like to keep it kind of trimmed down, especially here, here up on your earlobes it grows. What's the purpose of ear hair? Probably to keep the dust out, right? Filters out the better half sometimes too, maybe, huh? When you don't want to listen. Well, we hear them, but we just don't want to listen, right? Named it Charlie. But yeah, a couple of months ago, I let my mustache grow. I mean, they were almost practically touching down here underneath my chin, and I got tired of it. And one thing I'm thankful of is Miss Linda doesn't pull on it, when it gets long. Kind of like pulling on my earlobe, like, come here. I scared the crap out of her last night. And she was in the bathroom washing her face and everything, getting ready for bed. And I snuck in there on my hands and knees. Usually I just look around the doorway when she's underneath the sink washing her face. She'll come up and then she'll wipe her eyes, and you know I'll scare the crap out of her. But last night I crawled in there on my hands and knees, and the washer and dryer is right outside the door there. So I crawled in there, and I was looking up, and when she came up, she turned to her left away from me, and then she turned around, and I went real loud, and she's about jumped over the toilet. She goes, I thought you were Easton and he had rabies or something. Guys, you remember that movie Cujo? Wow. That was one of the first animal scary movies that I'd ever seen, and that it freaked me out. Jake says, come on, if you guys didn't trim those nose hair, you could have walrus tusk. Yeah. Yeah, I saw my first gray hair when I was 16. The things I did when I was that age, one time I actually I, I let it grow out a little bit, and then I went and got it's not a permanent, but it's kind of like a body weight permanent or something. It wasn't real tight. Kind of put some curls in it. Maybe that's why lost all my hair. It was the thing to do back then, just different hairstyles. I had a buddy of mine that I lived with when I was 16, and he had long hair, and he was into heavy metal and stuff, and he was he was a good guy. He was a yeah, I suppose he was a dropout. You know, I was still going to school, which was about a block away, and I'd run home for lunch and eat some French fries or something, and then run back to school. Cujo is why I carry everywhere. Yeah, Jake, I carry on the bike in the saddlebag. I actually have a holster you can purchase that mounts on the inside of the saddlebag. Uh, One thing I do, which I keep it locked, and it's probably a good thing I keep it locked because you get. I don't think I would get mad enough at another vehicle. You know what I'm saying? That there's some people that probably would get mad enough. Let me see. That's right. That's right, Lana. A hair doesn't change a person's beauty. Oh my gosh, Jake. Oh my gosh, Jake. I can't believe you said that. That reminds me, I was riding the bike a couple of years ago from Iowa down to Kansas City, and I was riding down to northern Missouri to my brother from another mother up in northern Missouri, where I'm going to go sit in a tree this week. But south of Bloomfield, Iowa is known for, or around Bloomfield, Iowa is known for the Amish, Mennonites and stuff, you know. And I'll never forget that. I was riding the bike, and here's three Amish gals walking down the shoulder of the road, 10 foot wide with gravel, and they're barefooted. I mean, my gosh, their feet got to be like leather. There's no way I could do that. I can't walk barefooted out in my driveway. But I can just imagine their legs and feet are being all hairy and stuff. But, oh gosh! And I was informed that where we take our venison to get processed, they're not processing any venison this year, which is only a 10-minute drive from the farm. Oh, Granada says I used to run barefoot. No, I can't. I can walk out here in the yard barefooted, but there's no way I could walk in rocks. Uh, Not at all. Excuse me. Darn, I got an itch. I need a back scratcher. She's at work. But yeah, it's so I think it might be cold enough to let them hang. And then there's a place about 70 miles north of here. I need to give them a call and make sure they're going to process deer. So I used to do it myself, and it's just too much work. What you can call it? Yeah. But a few years back, probably I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, they had to where Missouri hunters could purchase all the doe tags they wanted to purchase. And I processed 9 deer that year by hand. And I'll never forget, I think it was on the Sunday or the Monday morning, we were in the garage processing deer and it's snowing. And it was snowing hard. Mark, have a good day. Yeah, I'm going to jump off here pretty quick. I don't know how long I've been on, but I think I ought to go take a shower before I go to the doctor because I got about 45 minutes to get up there. I'll probably show up at 8:30 in case they want me to fill out some papers, you know. Find a tree like a hairy Sasquatch. Yeah. Jake, have you ever heard anything or seen anything down there? You know, that's unexplainable. Tree knocks, howls. Miss Linda says he's not here. He's not real. You know, bear. I don't know. I think there's always something out there that's unexplainable. You know, you've heard some things that's not pleasant, huh? Act like a tree and get out of here. Yeah, it's nothing serious or nothing. I'm going to talk about blood pressure. Is basically what I'm going to ask her about. Blood pressure runs high. It runs a little high in my family. I've got a sister that's 7 years older than me. And get this, our birthdays are on the same day. And she's the one that encouraged me to. Ellie says they're real, 100%. That'd be kind of cool to go on one of those expeditions, you know, out west. Oh yeah, always have a good time at the doctor. 58 minutes. Never did think I could look right down here at the bottom and tell me how long I've been on, right? Anybody else going through a little bit of withdrawals from the other channel there that everybody follows sometimes? I think some of you follow them. I don't know. You know, one thing I need to do is quit the nicotine, and that would probably help. Oh, the Oklahoma channels with all the drama crap, you know. I don't think you follow them, Jake. I don't know. It's entertainment for me. This one, let's see here. How am I doing this? Right here. Excuse me. Yeah. It's like it's like a soap opera right now. Yeah. It's probably a week since we've heard anything out of either one of them, I think. 1 hour. Oh boy. Houston just walked by the door. I wonder if he's got to go outside. Yeah. What are you doing today, Jake? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a freezer full of oh my gosh, that reminds me. I've got to go down. I bought a quarter of a beef and I have to go down and pick that up. Neighbor called, I don't know, a couple months back and asked me if I would purchase a quarter of a beef because somebody else didn't want a half a beef. They wanted only a quarter, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." I don't know how many pounds it is, but it's like for the processing and the meat, it's like $140 some. So hard telling how much meat I got. I mostly got steaks and grinds, and I don't know what else. Yeah, 30-acre land sale. Wow, you're building a road. Cool. Easton, come here. How are you? You gotta go outside. Hmm? Come here. Anyway, well, I'll jump off of here. Oh, equipment deliveries, huh? You deliver heavy equipment? I need to get a couch in here or a love seat. He could jump right up in there with me. RV park expansion, power line installs. Wow. Yeah, it only takes me about 5 minutes to drive up there. Maybe I'll ride the bike. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, that's another thing. I haven't let the chickens out. We still let the chickens out free range, and then they go back in at night. But here, I don't know, next few days they will probably leave them inside because it's supposed to get good. Supposed to get pretty chilly. So Nick says, "I know where you can get a love seat for free." Well, you know this front room, Nick. I don't need nothing huge. You know what I'm saying? But I really can't get a love seat in here because then it would block the heat register. You know, and then I'd be really cold. So anyway, y'all be safe. Stay out of trouble. And I'm out of coffee, and I suppose I ought to go get in the shower and get ready to go. Because after I get done at the doctor, I'm going to go vote. And so everybody have a great day. Say hi to a stranger. Don't just say hi to them. Maybe strike up a conversation. And we'll talk to you later. That's right. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. One other thing, I actually did research, printed off a sample ballot, and researched our candidates. Hey, thank you, Ellie. You're welcome. The only ones I don't understand is the Supreme Court justices or something? I was going to end it, but I won't talk about this. I understand that the amendments, the constitutional amendments, yeah, Court of Appeals judges, circuit court judges, You know, I don't understand. I don't know anything about them. So what? I just leave it blank. You know, just don't vote, or do my quick research, see how long they've been a judge, and I don't know. So hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you later. Y'all be safe, and there we go. I don't even know why it does that. Oh, I know why. I know why. There we go. Lame duck executive orders. Yep. So we'll stay out of trouble. Thanks for coming in. Maybe we'll do another one tomorrow. I don't know. Talk to y'all later.